In today's lesson, let's learn question patterns. It's a thing of grammar that's going to come in your examination, both in the unit test 1 and in your half yearly. Let's first look at some of the WH words and their use. What is used for a thing? If you want to inquire about a thing, किसी चीज़ के बारे में अगर पूछना हो, you can use what. For example, what is it? What is going on? Who is used for a person. Whose has the same meaning, but it is always followed by a noun. Who and whose जो है same चीज़ है. Who is used to inquire about a person. Whose भी same है, but it takes a noun after it. So, who were you talking to? Who are you? In these two examples, we are talking about the person. And the other two examples, whose car is that, whose pet was that, you can see after the question word we have a noun. In the first one we have car, and the second one we have a pet. But both of these question words mean the same thing. If you want to inquire about a person, you can use who as well as whose. Why is used for a reason. If you want to give a reason or want to know a reason. Why were you late? Why do you ask me this? In these questions you are trying to know the reason. When is used for a time or date. If you want to know the time of an action or the date of an action, तो when का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. जैसे when did you start working here? When did you see the movie? Which on the other hand is used for a choice. If you have a choice in a sentence and you want to put up a question with that. Which do you prefer, tea or coffee? Which one is his book? So from these two examples you can understand that easily. Where is used for inquiring about a place. For example, where do you live? It's inquiring about a place. Where is he going to? Again, inquiring about a place. How is used for an amount or the way or in which manner something was done. For an amount, you can see the example, how much does it cost? And for the manner in which way something was done. How do I get to the station? How do you go? How do you do that? In here you can see you have 7 WH question words और उसके इस्तेमाल मैंने यहाँ पर बताए. Let's now quickly look at do, does and did का जो इस्तेमाल है. Let's take a look at that. It's not working. Do and does are used in simple present tense. If you have a sentence in simple present tense, that means subject, verb 1, object. In here, example 1 is he hates his friends. If the verb is singular, then you should use does in order to make it negative. For example, he does not hate his friends. You can see the verb, with the verb in making negative, we have not used the as, because as gets withdrawn when we make negative, because as is already used with does. Similarly, in interrogative, does he hate his friends? If the verb is singular, as or es added with the main verb, or the subjects that's used, if that's a singular, we use does to make negative as well as interrogative. Second example, we use the internet to study. This is also in simple present tense, but you can see the subject, the verb is plural and the subject is as well plural. So if you have plural subject, in order to make it a negative or an interrogative sentence, you use do. So we do not use the internet to study. Do we use the internet to study? And then there's going to be there's going to be a question mark which was not given here. Structures for making negatives and for making interrogatives have been given here. You can see for simple negatives you use subject, do, does, then not, and then verb 1 without as, es in case of singular verb. If it's a singular verb, you don't use as or es with it, and then the object. For making interrogatives, you use do or does in the beginning, then you bring about the subject, then verb 1 again with or without as or es in case of singular verb, and then object. And at the end, the question mark is very important. So that's about the use of do and does. Let's now look at the use of did in simple past tense. In order to make negative of a sentence in simple past tense, which is also known as past indefinite tense, we use did. For example, we broke the glass. This is a positive sentence. As you can see, if you read the structure, it is subject, verb to object. So we will use did to make it negative. We did not break the glass. That's the negative of that. You can see the verb has been shifted from 2 to 1. That's its rule, because did is already in the past tense. And in making interrogative, the same rule follows. Do we break the glass? Then question mark. Structure, if you see here for simple negatives, it would be subject, then did, plus not, plus verb 1. It will never be verb 2, it will be verb 1. That's where everybody makes a mistake. Then object. And for interrogatives, did will come first, then subject, then verb 1, then object, then question mark. Let's now learn the use of questioning from the given answers. How do you question from the given answer? That's how the questions will appear in the exam. He is working in an international company in Dubai. Ask a question using where. In the above examples, I have taught you how to make negatives in simple present tense as well as in simple past tense, because there is no prevalence of any auxiliary. But in here you can see, if you already have an auxiliary from the set of auxiliaries like am, is, are, has, have, had, shall, will, and all the modal auxiliaries, then it becomes very easy to form negative as well as to form interrogative and to ask a question, because we are going to take the help of that auxiliary in order to make it a question. In this example, if you take a look at, he is working in an international company in Dubai. The tense is present continuous, hence the question will also be in present continuous. So we will use where first, then is will come. Where is he working? The answer for this is in an international company in Dubai, which we don't need to write. Example 2 here, if you look at, they made a toy last year. If you look at the tense of this sentence, it's in simple past tense, and they have asked you to ask a question using the question word what. So what will come first? Since it is in past tense, we don't have an auxiliary with the answer here. Made is written, that's in verb 2, so we will use did. What did they? Then made will come to verb 1, make. What did they make last year? And the answer would be, they made a toy last year. Similarly, example number 3, if you take a look at, Gautam Buddha was a saint. Ask a question using who. You can see here the auxiliary is was, so you have to ask a question using the auxiliary, that is, who was Gautam Buddha. In example number 4, that is, this had been my father's car. Ask a question using whose. So you can use whose first, and you can see the tense, it's in past perfect tense. So whose car had this bin. Make sure you ask the question in the same tense as the answer is given. You need to check the tense, and based on the tense you need to ask. Example number 5, you can see she could not come to school because she was sick. Ask a question using why. It's a reasoning. So you will write why first. And as you can see, modal auxiliary could is written. So you would use the same. Why couldn't she come to school? And the answer for this is because she was sick. In example 6, you can see I shall meet you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Ask a question using when. Answer for this is at 9 a.m. So when will you, if I is written, we must use you. When will you meet me? Answer would be I shall meet you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Example number 7, you can see I enjoy wearing t-shirts rather than formal shirts. Ask a question using which. So I can write which one do you enjoy wearing? Then I can give a comma and write t-shirts or formal shirts. You can see in this example there is a choice, so the speaker will choose. I saw a man lying near the bank of the river. Ask a question using where. Answer for this is near the bank of the river. So where, so is in past tense, means did. Where did you see a man lying? Answer would be I saw a man lying near the bank of the river. Example number 9, the fish weighs around 20 kgs. Ask a question with how much. So how much does, because weighs, s is added, this is in simple present tense, this fish weigh? Answer would be it weighs around 20 kgs. And the last example is Mr. Nath has fixed the bat with glue and an hour's hard work. Ask a question using how. Has fixed means present perfect tense. So how has Mr. Nath fixed the bat? Answer is with glue and an hour's hard work. That's about it. Question patterns. You have 7 WH questions here. I might have missed 1 or 2, I don't remember. And you use do and does and did in that manner. And sentences in the exams will be like this. So give it a check, and I'll be sending you an exercise on this. And you can always ask me if you have any questions regarding this.